Hi there, my name is Julia and welcome to this brief yoga practice for lower back relief. This practice is going to be great for if you're just trying to get a little bit of movement in, maybe your lower back's feeling a little tight, a little stiff, a little sore. So this practice is going to be great for balancing things out and bringing you back to more space in the body. So with that, for today's practice, you're probably going to want a pillow or a bolster. And you're also going to want a blanket folded to about the size of the width of your mat. So go ahead, grab those items, and I'll meet you back here on your mat to start our practice today. All right, let's begin in tabletop. You're welcome to bring your blanket right underneath your knees. This is just going to provide a little bit extra support for your joints. I'll meet you wrists right underneath shoulders, knees right underneath hips. Inhale to drop your belly, tail and crown reach towards the sky. Take your whole breath to move. Exhale, round through your spine. Tuck tail, tuck chin. Inhale, drop your belly. Exhale, round through your spine. Inhale, drop belly. Exhale, round through. This time, inhale, drop belly. Stay for the exhale. Inhale. Exhale, press the earth away, round through your spine. Stay for the inhale. Exhale, hug navel in. Inhale, neutral spine, tabletop. Bring your toes together to touch. Widen the knees as wide as your mat. Hands will walk forward, and then send your hips back towards your heels. Let the forehead rest to the floor. Few breaths in extended child's pose. Feel all that length through your spine. Inhale, take a look at your hands. Walk them over to the right off of your mat. Let the weight of the head drop again. Deep breaths into left side body, left lower back. Let every muscle in the body soften. Last breath. Inhale, take a look at your hands. Walk them through midline and over to the left. Let the weight of your head drop again. Full deep breaths into right side body, right lower back. Inhale, look at your hands, walk them through midline, and inhale, rise to tabletop. Take a second, remove the blanket out from underneath you. We're gonna come down onto our bellies. Bring your elbows right underneath your shoulders. Arms should be parallel to each other, Fingers spread wide. Press down into the tops of your feet. Press down into the pubic bone. Press down into the elbows and the hands. Broaden through the chest to lift the heart. And then drop your chin just a millimeter to lengthen the back of your neck. Take a couple deep belly breaths here. This is Sphinx. So good for low back. Notice if you have a tendency to protect your heart, shoulders rounding in. Try to broaden through the collarbones again. Shoulders away from ears, couple more breaths. Slowly, gently lower. We'll bring the hands right underneath us. Press into the palms to come back up to tabletop. From here, swing your feet to one side, come through a seat. And let's make our way down onto our backs. Bring your bolster or your pillow with you when you come down so that it's somewhere within reach when you're on the floor. I'll meet you knees to chest. Bring the hands to the tops of the knees and then draw your knees away from you. We will take circles going around one way, in towards the body, and then out and away. Couple rounds in this direction. Feel how this massages different parts of your back. These circles can be small or maybe a little bit bigger. This is very intuitive. Take what your body needs. And then the next time that the knees are in towards the chest, you're just going to reverse your circle. Go the opposite direction. Hi, Loki. Few more circles going around this way, hands on the knees. And then the next time that your knees are in towards your chest, you're gonna stop, hug those knees in, and then plant the soles of your feet to the floor. Feet should be about hip width apart, feet parallel, knees parallel. Tuck your shoulder blades further underneath your body to naturally open your heart space. And then pick the right foot up. Send it all the way up to the sky. Cross the right ankle over top of left thigh and open this right knee out so it's like a figure four shape. Option one, stay here. Maybe gentle press of right hand into right leg. Option two, maybe you can pick up the left foot. Reach in between this little figure four shape to wrap your hands around the back of left leg and then draw your knees in closer. If you're close enough where you can press right elbow into right inner thigh, give it a try. It's just gonna give you a little bit more leverage. Try to keep equal weight on both sides of the low back. Couple deep breaths. Imagine sending them down to the base of your spine. Let the shoulders soften. Let the jaw soften. Let the face soften. Release your grip of the hands and set that foot back down if you've chosen to lift it. Now take your right foot, send it up to the sky. Exhale, plant that foot back down. Feet parallel, knees parallel. Inhale to lift left foot high. Exhale, cross it over, ankle on top of right thigh. Option 1, stay here. Maybe gentle press of left hand into left leg. Option 2, pick up that right foot. Reach in between your figure 4, wrap around the back of that right leg, and then draw the knees in closer. Maybe you can press that left elbow into left inner thigh, a little bit more leverage. But no matter where you are, just make sure equal weight on both sides of low back. Couple deep breaths here. Where can you soften? Maybe it's shoulders, jaw, or face. Good. Next, exhale, slowly lower right foot down if you've chosen to lift it, and send the left foot up to sky. Exhale to lower left foot all the way back down. Feet parallel, knees parallel. Go ahead, check back in. Shoulder blades tucked further underneath the body, opening that heart again. Let's bring our hands to our hip creases. One grounding breath. Press into your heels, lift your hips high. This is called bridge pose. Imagine lengthening your tailbone down towards your knees. Think chest to chin, chin to sky. Hands can rest down to the floor beside you. If you're more open in the heart space, maybe you can interlace fingers underneath. Take a couple breaths here, softening the face and seeing the rise and the fall of your belly with each breath. Keep hugging knees to midline, lift a little higher. Now here's where you're gonna reach for that bolster or pillow. Take that bolster or pillow and put it underneath your hips, your sacrum. This is the space just above the tailbone, just below curve of lower back. With it being a bolster, it might cover the hips, the glutes a little bit. Let the weight of the hips settle. This is supported bridge. Let all of the muscles in your body soften. I like hands on hip creases here. I've seen others who choose hands on the floor, palms down. Take the option that's right for you. Maybe close the eyes or soften your gaze. Few deep breaths. Feel the feet, the legs get heavier. Feel the hips, the pelvis relaxed, supported. Let lower belly and chest soften. Shoulders, arms, hands a little heavier. Feel the back of your head anchored. Let the muscles of the face soften. No tension in the forehead, the eyes, the jaw, the throat. This one is so good for low back, this sort of lengthening, tractioning of the spine. Last couple breaths. Press into your heels. Use an inhale to lift your hips high. Remove your bolster and lower all the way down to the earth. Knees back into chest. Take that gentle rock side to side. Roll out the low back. Feel free to bring your bolster to your left side. We're going to be coming into a twist to close out our practice today. Sometimes I like a bolster under my knees, sometimes not, so it's just good to have there just in case. You're going to stack your knees bent directly over your hips. Send your arms out wide to a T if you have the room, or goalpost them. If you don't, palms up to sky. Take an inhale. With your exhale, lower knees to the left. Turn your gaze over right shoulder. If right shoulder is leaving the earth, that's your cue to add your bolster, your pillow underneath your knees, or maybe between the knees. This is just going to help bring your right shoulder closer to the earth. Couple breaths here. See if you can let the body soften and settle. Releasing tension in the feet, the legs, the hips, the belly, the chest, the jaw, and the face. Let yourself be held by the earth. Slowly, gently, with your next inhale, knees back to midline, stacked right over your hips. Trade your bolster to other side if you used it on this side. And then with an exhale, we're going to lower the knees to the right. Turn your gaze over left shoulder. If it's leaving the earth, tuck that bolster, that pillow. And then just work to let the muscles of the body soften. Starting at the feet, working up to the head. Nothing to hold, nothing to protect. Your next 4, 5-ish breaths here. Last but not least, see if you can soften your toes, your hips, your fingers, your jaw, and your face. Last couple breaths. Your next inhale, slowly lift the knees back to midline. Hug your knees into your chest, big squeeze, big hug for the body. Say thank you for all that it does for you each and every day. Big inhale, full exhale. When you're ready, extend your arms, your legs out long. Coming into Shavasana for just a few breaths to close. Now, if you experience chronic lower back pain, I would recommend taking your bolster and tucking it underneath your knees. This is just going to take some pressure out of low back. So go ahead, find what's comfortable for you. Lay down. You can close the eyes or soften your gaze. Spending the next few moments here absorbing your practice today. If you have time, you are welcome to stay and rest as long as you're able. If not, you are welcome to go about your day. Feel free to move slowly, transitioning into your day with ease. Thank you so much for joining me for this brief yoga practice designed to show the lower back just a little bit of love. I hope that you're feeling better. Feel free to repeat this practice as many times as you need, but of course, mindfulness around taking rest too. Sometimes the kindest thing we can do for ourselves is just a little bit of stillness. Balance in all things, right? With that, thank you so much for joining me. I hope to see you again soon. Many blessings to you all. Hari Om Tat Sat.